So, okay, I got a little fat butt. Hey, guys. Oh, why is my camera blurry? Blurry cameras. I do not do well with blurry cameras. Okay. Okay, how to do a knotless braid, guys. We're doing knotless braids. If you struggle with knotless braids, this is the perfect place where you need to be at. I'm going to show you how to make sure your braids are the same size, the same length. Make sure all your strands stay about the same size so your braid pattern looks neat. Let me put on a guest really quickly so I can watch as a guest real quick. Okay, I got a little fat butt. Okay. We have to make sure the live is making sense over here. Hey, thanks for the like and the sub. Real quick, I have to make sure, hold on. We got to make sure it's right on the TV before we get into anything. Hey, if you're new to the chat, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, please. Free info. All right, let me check the live to make sure the live is popping. Hold on. Free info. All right, let me check the live to make sure the live is popping. It looks correct to me. Hey, let me see. I'm trying to make sure I can see your comment up here. That's how I know the chat is really, like, you know, together. Hey, comment didn't pop up just yet, but we'll see. So today we're learning how to do a knotless braid. If you don't know how to do a knotless braid, this is the perfect class for you. I'm going to show you exactly what I do. Oh, I got it. Destiny. Hey, Destiny. Hey. Destiny, I think you texted me on Instagram. Was that you? I'm sorry. I just got done eating. I cleaned up. I had to set up. So I think that was you with the pink heart and the leaf. I got to get back to you. We are learning how to do a knotless braid. Are you? Oh, yep. I got you, Destiny, when I get off. I definitely forgot to text back. So if you're struggling with your knotless braid, I'm going to actually show y'all a couple different knotless braids. I'm going to show you how to avoid certain things. Some people's knotless is really skinny. I'm going to show you the perfect way to achieve the knotless. Like, I literally had 2 clients. One client had her braids in for 6 months. Another client told me I did her braids, and she don't keep her hair in for a long time, but she had some knotless, and she kept them in for 2 months, and she said when she took them out, there was like no dirt or nothing, like, you know, a little bit of buildup, but she said it was no dirt, it was no buildup, none of that. So when it comes to knotless, I really think I am the GOAT. I do think I know what I'm doing, and I know how to make your knotless last for about 5 months. The proof is in the pudding. I will actually post out. Hey, Evelyn, where you been at, Evelyn? The proof is in the pudding. I will actually show y'all that. And y'all know we're working on Jacob today. Hold on. We are working with Jacob today. Okay, Jacob's hair is a little hard to part, but that's going to be okay. Hey, guys, thanks for the likes. We got 7 people in here, but 1 like is crazy. Crazy. Thanks for the like, whoever the 1 like was. Okay, yeah, we're doing knotless. I really like to do knotless, so I think that everybody should just pay attention, honestly. We'll start in about 5 to 6 minutes. I'm just going to let the chat warm up really quickly. If you don't know how to do a knotless, this class is for you. You're going to love it. You're going to walk away knowing how to do the perfect knotless. You see the caption. It's how to achieve the perfect knotless. So, hold on, let me see. Hold on. I'm actually down. Let's do. I'm trying to think what mannequin. We're going to do a knotless one. We're going to bring her out. I think it's about time to bring her out. Hey, who's that? Lynn. Hey, Lynn. Stan, Riley. Hey, guys. If you guys want to learn how to do a knotless braid, you're in the right place. I'm going to start in about 6 minutes. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe to me. I'm hosting free live braid class every Wednesday and Thursday. I'm teaching you how to part. I'm teaching you how to plait. I'm teaching you how to braid. I'm teaching you how to gain clientele. I am somebody that do charge about $500, $600, $400 for certain styles, and it's possible. Even though I have people that always say, "Oh my God, why do you charge that much?" Because I can, and because I do. So this is just for people who just really want to level up their braid game, okay? All right, I'm going to take her out really quickly because we're going to do a couple knotless on her. We're going to do some large knotless. We're going to do some small knotless. I'm going to show you how some of you guys' knotless turn out really, really skinny. So, yeah, you're in the right place. Hey, thanks for the sub. Who was that? Angie. Thanks, Angie, for the sub. I got to take her hair out really quickly. Again, we're going to do some small, medium, large. We're going to start in 5 minutes. I'm going to let the chat warm up. It is Thursday. Hey, y'all happy that it's Thursday? We might have to spray a little bit of water on this, like just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hi, hey. We'll start in 4 minutes. Look at them curls. Them curls is pop, 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 popping. Okay. Comb her out. Just like that. A lot of people was asking where am I getting my mannequins from. They are linked in my Amazon storefront. I'll probably make a post because y'all know on YouTube now you can make a post like we're on Facebook. What about tucking the hair? I can show you how to tuck the hair, but one thing I will say about tucking, it is on my site, but I do not tuck. I do not like to tuck. For me personally, it just takes longer. I could tuck, but if I tuck, it's just want to slow down the hairstyle. So I just let people know off for it. I do not tuck. Are you saving this live? Yes, all my lives are posted. Hey, Katrina, you are cooking, girl. Thank you. I didn't even start yet. But since some of y'all are new, who's new here? Like, who's new and who been in one of my classes before? If you're new here, I have to show you something. If you've been here, you already know what's up. We are doing free braid classes. I'm teaching you how to braid, how to level up your braid game, how to level up your braid skills, okay? All right. I got y'all on the TV so I can see the comments. If you think that I'm going to miss the comment, I'm nervous. This is my first time. Oh, Taylor, then you're going to love it. Hey, Taylor. I just want to learn something today. Well, this is perfect. Before I start, a lot of y'all is new. So let me just introduce myself really quickly. Looking for my other phone. 1 second. All right, so I'm just going to introduce myself really quickly because we got a lot of new people in the chat. So if you don't know me now, you do. My name is Aniya.LaRaye. I'm 22 years old. I'm like the #1 braider in Pittsburgh. Seriously. And then I don't like to do a lot of talking. I like to do a lot of showing. So this is the first 1K styles, okay? I'm going to show you my hair page, 1K styles. And I'm just going to show you some of the work that I do. Okay, and I just give out free braid classes. I know how to, I'm really big on braiding, knotless feed-ins. I do quick weaves. It's not my specialty, but I'm like a braider. So if you're new, this is perfect. If you want to learn something today, this is perfect. And I'm a good teacher, so if you're new here, you're really going to like it. Let me see. Let me show y'all what else hairstyles I, got going. Let's see. Here's my knotless, my boho knotless. Let's see. And I want to show y'all this is a viral hairstyle. You probably seen this. People were stealing my work all crazy. I got another viral hairstyle. I cannot find that right now. Here's a braided mohawk. So I really braid. I really do enjoy braiding. And I just feel like I want to teach people hair for free. And if you ever seen this video right here, this was my work as well. So many people stole this video, but yeah. Okay, my name isn't Taylor. I don't know why, but my brother made this account and never used my real name. I prefer to call you, is it Naya or Naya? My name is Naya, by the way. Shania, hey. I don't have Instagram. Oh, that's okay. Even if you search me up on, look, I'm telling y'all. So if you really want to learn how to braid, you're in the right place. We're going to start in literally 1 minute. But before we start, I'm just going to search up my 1K styles and put a space. Even if you don't have Instagram, you can search me up on Google. Okay, let's go to images. This is 1K styles. As you see, we're here. My Instagram is 1K styles. Everything is 1K styles. 1K styles, 1K styles, 1K styles. Okay. So if you want to learn how to braid, you are in the right place. Thank you, girl. Oh, it's 6:40. I usually start at 6:45, but I'm trying to get in it. I don't like to play games. Like, I really don't. If I'm teaching you how to braid, then I'm teaching you how to braid. I'm not chit-chatting. Let me take this jacket off and get to it. I wish I could play music, but YouTube freaking blocks me or sounds, I guess, when you're playing like people's music. So I can't even play music, but that's good because y'all got to pay attention anyway. So class is in session. Class is in session, and I'm going to teach you how to achieve. Sorry, I gotta redo that because this is my outro. Let me make sure y'all can see. I can see y'all comments in the back, so we're good. All right, and here we go. Alrighty, today by the title, I'm going to be teaching you how to achieve the perfect knotless braid. I'm going to show you how to avoid the skinny knotless braids that you'll usually see around the edges. You'll see skinny braids. You'll usually see skinny knotless in the back. And yeah, I'm going to do a small, I'm going to do a medium one, I'm going to do a large one. I'm going to show you how to keep your strands the same size. I'm going to show you how to keep the knotless braid the same length. My Instagram is 1K Styles. All right, we're going to turn the camera around. If you know I'm all about angles, how can I teach you how to braid if you do not see or have the perfect angles, okay? So let me just put this right here. Again, let me get my braiding rack. If you're already in a braid academy, you would know where I got my braiding rack from. If you don't have a braiding rack, again, if you're in a braiding academy, you would know what to do, okay? If you don't have this, it's okay. You can still use something and make it work. But that's up to y'all to watch the classes and for me not to go over. So if you're new here, I think you might want to stay. All right, so I'm going to get my comb, my products, everything I need. Here's my slap-on wristband. Okay. And this is what weave. How do you do it without adding weave? That's a natural plait. That class was, I had a class on that already, I think. How to braid and do a cornrow. Yep. That was 2 classes ago. If you go to my YouTube, you will see it. Alrighty, let me get some gel on my fingers really quickly. Because her hair is too long and I don't have adult hair. You could just do regular plaits if you don't want to do a knotless plait. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting some gel right now. Okay, boom. Val, if you're on this live, don't forget to subscribe to my page. And please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you learned something. Okay, I'm going to have let me know if this angle is good. I can see all you guys' comments on the TV. So if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. All right. Now, parting 101 is next week on Wednesday. So I'm not going to go too in depth about how to part. But obviously, you can see my client's hair is already pre-parted. I also have a class on how to achieve the perfect parts. Because if you see my client's hair is just parted. And all I will have to do is bam, 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 bam. Okay, you see that? So, boom. Let me make sure my thing is a little bit closer. So first of all, I'm going to show y'all how most people knotless come out, okay? I'm only 8. Oh, if you want to learn how to braid, this is perfect for you, Naya. All right, so when it comes to a knotless braid, we're going to take our comb and just go down, nothing crazy. For jam, we're going to part. And yes, this is everything that you do when it comes to a knotless braid. All right. Usually, this is a mannequin, so it's going to be different from a mannequin versus a real client. Usually when I braid, some people have moving scalps or not even just moving scalps. But for me, it is easier when I give the hair a light twist. And it can, basically, I'll be able to see what I need to change once I twist it. So, for example, if I'm parting this, I'll do a light twist. And if you can see what I'm seeing, if you're a perfectionist like me, you will see that this part is curving a little. Like it's curving instead of going straight down. So with me twisting it, especially again when I'm on a rural client, I'm able to see what needs to be fixed. So just a little bit of hair needs to be moved on over. And then you see how that got way straighter? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand. You see how that got way straighter and it's not slanted? Even this can come off really. Right here. Alrighty. 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. So boom. Once we get our part. Thank you, Roya. Thank you, Melody. Y'all understand that, right? So boom. We're going to move this hair and clip it out the way. If you want to know about tools and products I use, please go to the second class, which was everything that is in my braid station. All right, we're going to comb this out. Okay, you guys understand. That's perfect. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you are watching. We have 147 people chat. That is 147 people in the chat. That's amazing. All right, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to show you how to create the perfect knotless braid. First, I was going to do the wrong way first, but I'm going to do the right way first. Okay, thank you guys for the likes and the subs. All right. I am going to get the gel off my hand, too much. And again, if you know we're not playing with gel, we're just slicking it up. Just like that. Hi, as a learner, is there any places to get an Afro practice head? Yes, ma'am, there is, Madison. I have actually 3, and all of them is in my showcase. One of them is on TikTok Shop, and it comes with a headstand. All right, so when you do a knotless braid, first we're starting off overhand, okay? So just like if you was the braid on the scalp, you're going to start off overhand. Okay, you get your 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3. And a lot of people say, when do you add the hair in? If this client's hair was thin, I would add it in automatically. If it was thick, I would probably still add it in automatically. And if it's super thick, I would just braid the client's natural hair maybe 1 or 2 times and then add in. So I'm going to show y'all the positions of my fingers and stuff. But first, I just want to show y'all. So this is me doing a knotless braid. So this is the first knot that's created. As soon as I flip my hand, you're going to see how that knot actually creates itself, okay? And this is not gel. I mean, this is not dandruff, whoever said that. This can't have dandruff. This is a Mannequin. It's just white product. All right, so boom. Pay attention. I'm going to pick up a piece, all right? Now, before I pick up this piece, I can tell this braid is probably, some people would consider this small. Some people would consider this medium. And depending on how small you braid, some people would even consider this medium. So when it comes to adding hair, people's always asking, how much hair do I add in? How much hair do I add in? Well, I'm going to show you. So, for example, we're adding in hair. It's all about filling, okay? You see how big of a piece this is? There's no way I should be adding this big of a piece if these pieces are not even that big. So we know something like this might be a little too big, okay? So I'm going to put that back and get another piece. Here's the second piece. Now you see what size all of these pieces are in my hand? This is way too small. This isn't going to do anything for this knotless. So we're going to get another piece. You kind of want the piece to match the density of the client's natural hair. So you see this? Not too small, not too big. We're going to add it in, okay? All right. So, just like that. It's going to I have it like this right now. Just like that. And bam. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to grab another piece. I want to make sure my piece is not too big, not too small. This might actually be a little too small. I could have still used it, but it might just be a little too small. All right, here we go. I'm feeding it in. Just like that. Ooh. And look. Again. Now, we added 2 pieces of weave in, right? We added 2 pieces of weave, and I believe each strand has weave. Yes, it does. Each strand has weave. Now, I'm going to add in another piece before I just continue to braid down without adding it in, because I feel like one of these pieces in my hand has more hair than the other 2. So I add it in. And now, as I feel when I'm braiding, I can feel that each piece in between my fingers are about the same size. Okay. Okay, bye, Naya. So you see? And now I'm just braiding. And then I'll have people asking, when do I add in another piece? I can tell you that. So as I'm braiding my client's hair down, I'll be able to feel. I'm going to be able to feel whether it's in this hand or this hand. As I'm braiding and as pieces are getting swapped over to the left and the right, I'm going to be able to feel when something feels very thin. One of these pieces are going to get thin and I'm going to have to add more. So I'm braiding. I don't feel anything getting thin just yet. And that's why you see this braid is the same size. This braid is not getting skinny. I'm actually going to braid down until this braid gets skinny so you can see where you should be adding hair around. If you have any questions, let me know. It is easy. It's okay. I'm gonna do it slower. I'm gonna do another slower version for y'all. Hold on. Let me put this camera down a little bit. All right. So y'all see this braid is still the same. It's not getting skinny. You'll see when it's getting skinny. I'm braiding. I feel something is definitely getting skinny, but I'm not going to add. And you want to know how I know that something is getting skinny? Hold on. I'm going to continue to braid. Continue to braid. Continue to braid. You see how my braid is getting skinny? Up here, it's all throughout the same size. When we get in around this area, it's getting skinny. Let me know if y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. Braiding hair for those braiding hair for those that know like what it is. This is braiding hair, yes. Braiding hair, extension hair, yes. All right. So as I'm braiding down, and if my client was to get butt length or whatever, this wouldn't be butt length. Okay, but just keep watching. All righty. You see how that braid start getting skinny? I need to put something white behind it so y'all can actually see. Hold on, not this. Let me use this really quickly. All right. You see how that braid got skinny? About in this area. This braid stayed the same throughout. So when this area came, I should have added some weaving. So I'm going to go back and add some weaving so you guys can see what I mean, okay? Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Thank you for the subscribes. I can see everybody subscribing, so thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we're going to take that out. I'm going to position my fingers to get ready to add some hair in. I'm going to pick up the piece that I feel I need to add in. Not too small, not too big. Also, if you add in a piece that's too big, I'm going to do that really quickly. You'll be able to tell, okay? Every time I braid, there's a tiny knot. You might not be adding your piece in neatly, should I say, or should I say you might not be adding it in the correct way. So this piece that I got is pretty big. Hold on. Uh-oh, I dropped my hair. All right. So let's just say I was to add this in. Y'all know if you was up here how it was getting skinny. Let's add this in and let's just braid. Do you see how you or me, whoever was braiding, they added way too much hair? You can see that the hair gets way bigger right here instead of saying the same. Is it width? I think it's width. Instead of saying the same width throughout. This right here is a no-no. So I'm going to go out and add in the correct piece so my knotless can stay the same size throughout the whole entire braid. So let me get my piece again. Every time you braid and there's a knot, is the knot coming from you adding in hair? Is the knot coming from you not keeping your pattern or stitch tight? And when I say pattern or stitch tight, I'm talking about literally your pattern. Okay, so this is my second piece. Alrighty. I'm going to braid. It's getting skinny again. I can feel it getting skinny. You can see it getting skinny. All right. You see how it's slowly getting skinny right here and around this area. And I'm going to show you before I add the hair in. Hold on. I'm going to keep braiding because I know what I'm talking about. Alrighty, see? I didn't even have to do too much. Ooh. You see how all of this is the same. But once it get like around this area, it starts to get skinny. So again, we're going to take that out. We're going to add another piece of weave. This is how you achieve the perfect knotless. You want your braids to be the same length throughout, okay? Alrighty, I'm going to pick my hair up. Just like that. Feed it in. And it should stay the same throughout. I'm trying to keep it lined up with this pink so y'all can see. Alrighty. I'm going to braid down a little more. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Okay. And bam. Look at this knotless braid. Hold on. This knotless braid is the same throughout. Now, if I didn't add that hair, it would have been skinny right here, and it would have been even skinnier at the bottom. But since this braid, if this was a real client, I would thank you, Fire Goddess. Since this is since this is a fake client, look at that braid. This braid is just gorgeous. This is the perfect knotless braid. Again, like I said, I have clients who told me they kept their hair in for 6 months. I had clients tell me they kept their hair in for 5 months. And when they took their hair out, there was like no, it wasn't like knotted at the beginning. They just took it out, of course, a little buildup, but no knotted. It looks so perfect. Thank you. Now, if you struggle with knotless, the next braid I'm going to do, it's going to be a braid that most beginner braids look like. And I'm going to show you how to fix it. But I'm going to just continue to break this down really quickly. Yep. And then it should start getting skinny. Once you finish the braid off, you want to allow it to get skinny because that braid cannot stay this thick all the way when we get to the ends. See, this hair is pre-stretched. And you also want the end of your braids to have a point. So, again, if we was finishing this braid off, I would not add any more. Hi, Raquela. I'm going to lean this down a little more. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to braid it down. And then, again, I'm going to show y'all what it looks like. Hi, Allison. Hey, Famine Jones. Hey. Thank you, guys. Do you know how to refresh the braids without taking them out? There's a couple different tricks and methods you can do to refresh the braids. You probably heard of one when some people say, I'm going to stand over here so I can braid. One is like slick this up, use a crochet to wrap it through. I don't really think that's, I mean, it's okay, but I would rather just get a touch up. You're very better than me. I love it. Thank you. All right, I'm going to braid down. Let me finish braiding this tail really quickly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is what your perfect knotless braid should look like. You see that? Look at that thing. Bam! Okay, now I'm going to show y'all what some people's knotless braids look like, especially you guys, you beginners. Really beautiful. Enjoy watching and learning from you. Thank you, Lisa, with the comments like this. It makes me want to keep doing these classes because there's some people that's actually out here learning. Yes, this is the same for color hair, too. I actually have some color hair over here if you can see it. We can do colored if you want. So I'm going to do another braid, but this time it's going to be like a kind of like a beginner braid. A lot of mistakes that I see beginners make. All right, so we're going to make sure our camera's all nice and neat. Again, put my client's head down. Just a little girl, put your head down. All right, get your comb. And like I said, if this was a real person, usually I would twist this to see the part. All right, I'm going to zoom in. Even though parting 101 is next week, we could clean this part up. Right, as of right now, this part is straight. But we have some hair that can get chopped off, if you know what I mean. So we're going to keep our comb straight. Bring it down. Bring it down all the way down to the nape. Separate the hair. And let's see. Let's see how this looks. This looks pretty good, even though I feel like it's slanted over this way at the bottom. So I'm going to part again. All the way down to the nape. Look at that. See? I'm telling y'all, y'all's learning for free. Look at that. That's what you call straight. That's what you call neat. Awesome. I subscribed. Thank you so much, Trisha. Thank you. Okay. Hold on really quickly. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to put a user in timeout because when we're not talking about hair, it's like you are kind of in a way, so I have to put certain people on timeout. If you're not talking about hair, then this is not the class for you. Shout outs and donations, I'm not here for that. I'm just trying to teach you guys how to braid. Okay, thank you, Melody. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you don't mind, how much is it to buy the Afro practice head? I think it's about $20. I have two. I'll make a post on my YouTube because now on YouTube you can make posts. And then I'll link the mannequin heads. I have a mannequin head whose hair is like on the kinkier side. I have a mannequin head who is on the, their hair is more straighter with no texture. And then I have basically like should I say a mixed client or whatever you want to call it. Their hair is like in the middle. So perfect. All right, we're going to do another braid. If you do knotless and you struggle with knotless, let me know. Also, can some of y'all tell me how old you guys are in the chat and who's actually really trying to learn how to braid? So now I'm going to slick her hair up. You're welcome, girl. I got you. If you're struggling with knotless, let me know if this is how you guys' knotless turn out, okay? A lot of beginners, this is what they're doing. This is why your knotless are not lasting. This is why your knotless is pulling on your client's head because of this one mistake right here, okay? I need help with parting and been struggling, LOL. That's perfect. I have a parting 101 next Wednesday, 6:30. 43. Okay, Trisha. This is such a great tutorial. Thank you so much. Of course. Thank you for being here. All right. The only reason I'm saying this, y'all, is because as soon as I do this knotless, y'all going to be like, oh, that's how my knotless turns out. I'm telling you, I know I was a beginner braider at one point as well. Okay, so a lot of beginners, when they're doing knotless, this is what they're doing. They're doing everything right but this step. You get your client's hair. You get your sections. You guys are braiding, 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 and then you guys are adding in hair. This is the wrong way to do knotless. You do not want to do this, and I'm going to tell you 3 reasons on why you do not want to do this. Now, everybody knows around like the perimeter of your head, especially around the edges, might be a little more thinner or not as much density as like the back of the head, the top of the head. And I'm talking about when it comes to a real client around this time, a lot of that hair is not as thick as hair on the rest of your head. So the first thing that's wrong with this is that when this knotless braid grows out, this is going to be pulling because all of this is your natural hair and this is real hair versus this knotless braid. When I added in that weave, I added it in immediately. So this knotless is just going to grow out just like this. This knotless is going to grow, it's going to be puffy, and there's going to be a tight, this knot is going to be really small, okay? That's one reason. Another reason you do not want to braid and then add the hair is because your knotless braid may come out uneven. Do you see how at the beginning of her hair it is very skinny and then the braid gets big? Now we can tell that your knotless braids are not even, nor are they the same size throughout. And the third reason, I really don't have a third reason. I was just trying to be hard. But let me tap into some of these comments really quickly. I need to learn because I think braids are so pretty on my hair and I have red hair. Absolutely, you should learn. I'm 17. I've been doing braids on mixed hair and would like to explore more afro hair to do my niece's hair properly. Definitely get you this mannequin. Again, when I'm done with this live, I will be sure to make a post and drop all 3 mannequins. Hey. I'm 45, will be 46 next month. I usually do braids on my daughter. She has thick and wavy hair in a different way, but like to earn other ways to braid her hair too. Well, then this is the perfect class for you. Yeah, I showed you some of my work and I sent you some on Instagram. I got you, Shay. I will look as soon as I'm finished, okay? But yeah, so this is what you do not want to do, okay? When you are doing your client's hair or when you're practicing knotless braids, you want your knotless braid to be the same size all the way out, okay? This braid is kind of the same size all the way out, but at the beginning, it's super small. It's super skinny. When this knotless braid grows out, all of this is going to be puffy and there's going to be a tight knot right here. When this knotless braid grows out, it's just going to grow out. Just like how it is, if that makes sense. Let me show you another mistake people are making when it comes to these knotless braids, okay? All right, we're going to do our third part. And usually, guys, if I was to do knotless braids, the part would not be this long. This would probably be like right here. But we're practicing, okay? We're going to do our third part. Open it up. Look at that part. Watch, I'm about to get this part banging sharp. Even though this ain't parting 101, but I just really love the part. Like, it's like I can just see the part, all right? So we're going to take our hair, chop it down, chop it down, chop it down all the way to the nape. And separate that hair just like that. Again, this is a mannequin, so it's not going to be as neat, but I'm going to try to get it the neat as neat as the best that I can. Okay. It looked like she got the ball spot almost. Okay, I'm going to do one more time. Just like that. Chop, 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 chop. All right, and this will be okay for right now. Let me double chop. Okay. Hold on. One more time. One more time, one more time, one more time. Okay. That's pretty cool for me. I am Portuguese. Hey, do you do tutorials on your YouTube channel? I am hosting a free online braid academy. We are about, here, let me take a pause real quick for the new people and tell y'all how many classes we are in. Again, my name is Aniya.LaRaye. I am 22 years old. I am like the #1 braider in my city, 5-star reviews. And I took it upon myself to do a free online braid academy. People are out here charging hundreds of thousands of dollars for what I am currently teaching for free. If you're new here, this is the Braid Academy. This is what you will learn: the basic pattern, popular braids and products, tension and grip control, braider tips, expanding skills, do's and don'ts, proper sanitation, parting fundamentals. We are on, it's March 19th. Right now, we're learning how to achieve the perfect knotless braid. If you're new here, you didn't miss too much. This is everything else we have to go over. Why your braids aren't braiding. Everything in my braid station. Tools and products that I actually use. How to do a braid / cornrow. How to add weave to do a braid / cornrow. Overhand versus underhand was yesterday. Now today, March 19th, is how to achieve the perfect knotless braids. If you continue to join these classes, you'll be able to learn parting 101. Is your grip too tight or too loose? Braiding speed hacks, knowing when to add hair, creative braids, shapes and designs, the perfect parts for knotless braids, like how my client has currently in her hair, why prepping is important, starting your braid portfolio, cleaning plus sanitizing the 1K way, do's and don't, how to master edges, question and answer business insights. Okay, so that was just if you're new here. Ooh wee, yes, ooh wee is right. I'm going to show y'all another mistakes braiders do. I'm going to comb out the hair, and y'all know every time you comb out the hair, you want to work your way from the ends and then up. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. I am eager to answer them. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to do another knotless braid. This knotless braid is going to be mistakes that beginners make, okay? So I'm going to get my gel. I'm going to comb it through because when I braid, I don't want any knots. Just like that. All right. Hold on. All right. So we get our 3 pieces. The next braid is going to be the perfect knotless braid. So we're going to get our 3 pieces. We're going to braid. We're going to braid. We're going to add our hair in. Some beginners are adding hair in at like awkward places or times, should I say, and it's causing your knotless braid to be either skinny, fat, or skinny and fat, okay? So I'm going to add another piece. All right. Just like that. You are amazing. You're called an earthly angel. Thank you so much. Who's that? Miss? First, you're so pretty. What time do you go live on what days? This is every Wednesday and Thursday at 6:30 for 1 hour. And thank you so much. Okay. You guys see this knotless braid? Kind of crooked right here in this area, which is not really a problem. If you ever have like any crookedness in your braid, what you can do is hold it by the base and kind of like straighten it out like that. And it should somewhat straighten out. That was a trick and a hack that most people do not know. Okay. Or also when you're braiding your knotless braids, sometimes you might keep your stitch tight. You see how my stitch is tight and then it might get loose. Okay. You want to keep your grip the same throughout the whole braid. So this is tight, how I'm braiding right now. And this is loose, causing my braid to not be the same size. Make sense? They said you're great at this. Thank you. Is it true that you can't count how many pieces of hair to add in because some braids you might need to add more hair than the others when doing knotless? Okay, so let's talk about that. But first, before we do, let me go over all 3 knotless braids again. This is the perfect knotless braid. When you're braiding, you kind of want to make sure you're adding in that hair automatically, immediately. This braid is the same throughout the whole entire braid. When we did this braid, all I did was braid her natural hair a couple times, more than a couple times, and then I added hair right here, which is going to cause this braid to pull, especially if this was around the edges. And then this braid is just not keeping your grip tight, maybe tightening it up, loosening it up, and not adding in enough pieces, okay? Oh, look at this cut on my hand. And I'm still doing what I need to do. Okay, now let's really get into this because I really love what Charisma said. A lot. I'm always getting, like, this is a question that I'm always getting. The question is, how many pieces are you supposed to add when you're doing a knotless braid? Oh, this is probably going to be my favorite thing to teach. Because I just need you ladies to understand, ladies and gentlemen, whoever want to learn how to braid out here, y'all have to understand this. When you are adding pieces to a braid, if anybody tell you, oh, maybe you should add about 6, oh, maybe you should add about 8, oh, maybe you should add about 10, that is a lie. You can have one piece, and when I say piece, I mean my 3 different strands, my 3 different pieces. You can have one piece and you added 20 strands. Well, let me clip this up really quickly because I don't want to get too crazy. Like, this is one of my favorite topics. I don't want to get too crazy with this. Thank you. All right. So first of all, let's break it down to the net grid. Let's break it down to the freaking net grid. Okay. Do you guys see this here? This is what braiding hair looks like. Let me show you this hair. Do you see how small these pieces is? That's number 1. Look at this. One little piece. Do you think that I know how many pieces is in here? Absolutely no, I do not. Okay, now this might be too big. Let's do this. Do you think I know how many pieces is in this? Absolutely not. Did you see how small one piece was? You see it? Okay, even though that was small, let's do even smaller. Okay, let's do even smaller. Do you think I know how many pieces in this? I mean, I can count, but look at that. Like, literally, look. I do not know how many pieces that is in that. So with that being said, how many pieces am I supposed to add? That's the last thing you need to be worried about. You need to be feeling. You know how you can smell, how you can see, how you can touch, how you can feel. You guys need to be feeling when it's time to braid or when it's braiding time. You need to feel. Feeling is going to let you know everything you need, whether you need to add in, take out, feeling. Feel it, okay? It depends on the length. It depends on the length they want it to, like medium knotless, suppose at 3. Okay, let me break this down to y'all. I'll do a medium one and I'll do a small one. This one could be on the medium side because this part is a little bit bigger. Okay. And I'm also going to show you how to do the knotless at the base. All right. We're going to comb our hair. Thank you so much for the likes. We're almost at 100 likes. Thank you. Okay. There is 109 people in here getting some free game. I know that's right. All right. Comb through. We're going to get our pieces. Look it up. When you're doing knotless braids, you want to make sure all 3 of those pieces that you start with is on the somewhat even side. So with this knotless braid, I'm going to pick up some hair. I know this braid is going to be on the medium side. Everybody's sizing is different. My mediums are like more so kind of heavy. So I'm going to add in a larger piece. And then y'all see I also didn't braid. All I did was this. Hold on. Let me move this piece out the way. Yes, I am talking about how many strands you add. Okay. So this is all I did. Let me comb one more time so you can see. I need y'all to really get this. All right. So split, split, split. 1, and that's it. So when I'm doing a knotless braid, I like to add that hair in immediately. If you don't know how to add in hair, check out the video from yesterday. I think it was how to add in hair. All right. So I'm going to get my knotless braid. I'm going to continue braiding. And I'm going to flip my fingers. You may ask, why are you not braiding in? Why are you not feeding in a piece over here? And actually, while I was teaching these braiding classes, I actually realized when it comes to braiding, I do only be adding in a piece of hair on one side. Like, you would probably never see me adding a piece with my left hand. It's always going to be my right side, okay? So I'm going to flip my hands. I'm going to keep everything tight. I'm going to get another piece. I said gain. Feed it in. Hold on, let me zoom in. So as of right now, when it comes to strands, I only added in one piece, okay? Now I'm going to add in the second piece. That was the second piece I added in. This is the third piece I added in. Why am I adding them in? Because I can feel all of these are not even. One of these strands in my hand is thinner than the other. I'm going to move this so we can see before I add it in. So we see this is pretty on the thick side. And this is on the thick side. This is definitely on the thick side. This one is very skinny. So like I said, I can feel with my hands that one of them needs some more hair. So I'm going to continue to braid. Now I feel everything is about the same. Like I can feel everything is pretty even. And I'm going to just braid down. Y'all get that? You do white girl's hair? Yes, I do. When learning to braid, it is easy to know when someone is not doing it right. When someone is, yep. When somebody's doing my hair, I can tell if they're doing it right or not. Okay, I'm going to zoom out. If you don't know how to braid, I have a class on learning the braiding pattern. I'll go over it again really quickly. We got a braid that is on the left side. We got a braid in the middle, and we got a braid on the right. The braid in the middle is going to go over the one on the left. The one on the left is going to become the one in the middle, just like that. Bam. Now the middle is going to go over the right one. The right one's going to become the middle one. The middle one's going to become the right one as soon as I twist it. Bam. One more time. Left, middle, right. The one on the left side is going to go over the middle or under the middle. And then the one in the middle is going to go on the left side. But if you guys want to see that, I got a video in depth about that. So I'm not going to explain that on here. Thank you so much for the likes and the subs. Thanks, guys. Okay, I'm going to continue to braid. So, again, I only added in, was it 3 pieces? I only added in about 3 pieces just now. When I'm adding in pieces, you don't want to really focus on how many pieces are you adding in. That's going to confuse you. That's going to mess you up. Literally throw that thought out the way. Oh my God, how many pieces do I add in? That's the last thing you should be worried about. That is nothing important, okay? So I'm going to continue to braid. And then when I feel like one of these strands are getting skinny and some more hair needs to be fed into this braid so it doesn't just end up skinny, I'm going to do so. And I'm also going to announce it before I add it so you guys can see it. Okay, hold on. Let me bring the camera down a little more. So we want this braid to be the same throughout. So I'm just going to continue to braid. And actually, I think I want to do something different really quickly. Just so y'all know that I actually know what I'm talking about. I'm going to close my eyes because I hate, well, I don't hate, but when you guys say, or anybody say, how many strands? It's not about how many strands you're feeding in. It's about filling. And I'm going to show you how filling is possible. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to continue to braid. I'm going to let y'all know when this braid gets skinny. I'm going to open my eyes and we're going to see if in the camera if this braid got skinny and that if I needed to add some more hair, okay? So I have to turn a little bit to really feel, okay? So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to braid. Getting skinny, getting skinny, getting skinny. But I'm going to not open. I'm going to braid down for 5 more seconds. And then when I show y'all, we're going to go up just a little because, you know, I only braided down for 5 more seconds. And we're going to see if that's where it got skinny at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? We're going to flip the camera. We're going to flip the camera. Hold on, I'm going to move this down and zoom in. This braid was on the medium side. So y'all let me know what y'all think. You think it was getting skinny or not? Hold on, let me just tighten it back up. Okay. Do you see what I'm seeing? Do you see how it's like, here, I need to draw it out because I really, when it comes to explaining certain things, it's just like, some people know how to explain and some people don't. So when you look at this braid, try to think of like a V, like doing this. But something like this. Just like that, okay? So, with that being said, let me show it again. And you see how it unravels. So let me braid down just a little bit. Okay. So it's kind of like this. You can't really see too much, but you can see this. You see it? If I was to continue to braid down, hold on, let me move this really quickly, this paper out the way. Hold on. All right. I'm going to continue to braid, and this is me not adding in any more hair. And you do not want your braids to come out like this because, I mean, it's going to be heavy right here, but it's going to be super thin at the end. So if somebody's hair was all like this, 9 times out of 10, all like this braid, 9 times out of 10, their knotless braids are going to look spacey because it's super, like, full up here, but when you get down here, it's skinny, okay? Oh, no, I dropped the paper. One second. Ugh. Okay. Hold on. Alrighty. Do you guys see that? Do you see how it gets skinny right at the bottom? It starts getting skinny around, like, let's see. We know that. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. People is calling me. All right, so boom. We see that this is the same size all the way until it gets skinny. She said it gets smaller at the end as you keep braiding. Yes, but of course, that is the point. We want the braid to get smaller at the end, but only when it's at the end. Like, you know, so you see this braid, how it got smaller? We want the braid to get smaller, but only at the end. We don't want our client to have butt length. So let's just say this is butt length. Hold on, let me move this out the way. Let's just say this is butt length. We don't want our client to have butt length braids, but the braids start getting skinny around this area. Do you get what I mean? We don't want our client to have butt length and the braids start getting skinny around this area. It should start getting skinny when it's coming to an end. Like literally, hold on, let me do my hair again. Literally, it should start getting skinny when it's coming to an end, like an end, okay? All righty. Hey, Marsh. Hey. So I'm going to go back and feed in what I feel like needs to be fed in. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. We have about 15 minutes left. Don't be afraid to ask. If you want me to go over your work, you can send me your work on 1K Styles, as long as you send me a screenshot that you have subscribed to my channel, and we could get it popping. Okay. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to grab a piece of weave that I feel like is, you know, fits the size of this braid. This is kind of skinny, so I'm going to add in another piece immediately after. And another way to save time is not to keep feeding in hair, if that makes sense. You want to just feed in as much as you could and then braid down. All right, so this is pretty good. And I'm just going to continue to braid. Thank you, God's Key. God's Key, do you practice braids? Well, not practice braids. Do you do braids, or are you trying to start doing hair? And then when you braid, again, I'm not going to go too in-depth about how to braid because I have a whole class on that. I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to zoom this in. And I'm going to also show you how to add in the weave, okay? I haven't been on here. I just moved this past week. Hair room coming soon. Oh, Marsh, you should do a TikTok on it. Okay? Now I'm going to show y'all really detailed on how to add in here. I pick up my piece. You see how I'm holding all 3 strands with one hair. So when it comes to braiding, you have to really get comfortable with the hair in your hands because it could be a lot. Like, I can't lie. I can sit here and say this is easy, but this is a lot going on with your fingers. So before I show y'all how to braid, I'm going to show y'all how my fingers position. I'm going to let go. I can even pick this up with, no, I can't pick this up with one hand, so don't let me try to flex. Okay, so there's 3 strands. The first strand, middle and thumb. Let me zoom out so y'all can see my hands as well. Middle and thumb. Y'all see that? These fingers are tucked away. Middle and thumb. The second strand is going to be thumb and index finger. So I'm holding 2 strands with one thumb, but I'm using 2 fingers, okay? So look. Wait, does that make sense? Hold on. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. That was wrong. I'm putting this one in between my pointer and my middle finger. Okay, yeah. So this one right here is between my middle and my pointer. And then this one is just my pointer and my thumb, okay? So I'm going to do that again, but I'm going to zoom in. So why did you start adding in at the top or the bottom when you start? Say that again. What you mean? You can add and weave at the top or bottom, but something that I did realize is, here, I'll show you an example. Something I realized is that sometimes I can keep adding in weave, like stopping to pick up a piece of hair, like stop to pick up a piece of hair. I can do that a lot of times when I don't need to keep adding in. I could just add as much in that I need to and then braid down. And it do take up time versus, like, imagine me just keep picking up, adding in versus just keeping the flow, you know? You add hair at the top to avoid pulling and frizzing. Okay. Hey, Monia. I'm going to continue to braid. And if this client was getting butt length, you see how it's actually thick and then getting skinny. It didn't just get skinny up here or right here. It's getting skinny when it needs to get skinny. You see, I'm about to finish this braid off. So like when you braid, where do you add the hair when you first start? Do you enter it at the top or bottom? I'm going to show you again, Shay. I got you. Hold on. Let me continue to braid really quickly. Just like that. Do-do-do. Okay. Let me zoom out. Oh, it is zoomed out. All right. Here's my medium braid. Pretty thick at the top. Stays about thick. Stays about thick. Starts to get skinny. Starts to definitely get skinnier. Definitely getting skinnier, skinnier, and skinnier. That's how you want your braid to be. If they start getting skinnier up here, that's a problem. Skinnier up here, that's a problem. You want that braid to get skinny, but wait towards the end. So I'm going to do another knotless braid, and I'm going to show you again, Shay, how to add it at the top. Let's see. Is this part okay? I'll just move this out the way. Hold on. We're going to use this as a part. Ooh. Hold on. If y'all see this hair right here, just ignore it. Because I can't do... Oh, look. Stuffed it up. Okay. So, like, when you braid... Oh, sorry. I read the same thing again. Okay. So, I'm going to comb this out. Comb this out. To achieve the perfect knotless braid, personally, in my opinion, I'm speaking for 1K styles. Oh, I cut this mannequin's hair too, so I might have to add a little bit more hair in. But speaking from 1K styles, me personally, everybody's different. When you add in when you do a knotless braid, you want to add that hair in immediately. And I'm going to show you what I mean when I say add that hair in immediately. Okay? Cool. I want to get that hair. I'm going to brush it through. Just like that. Comb it through. We're about to start our knotless braid. Hold on. Let me make sure everything's everything. I hate when people braid hair and then, yeah, and they just got to cut. Me too, Marsh. I have it on my website. If you got your hair cut, please do not come to me. And don't come to me, but just wait until your hair go out and I will show y'all why. Hold on. Let me move this hair out the way. All right. So we're combing just like that. All right. We're doing our 3 sections. So this is for you, Shay. You see, I didn't even create a braid. I'm starting my braid. I didn't create a knot yet because nothing's knotted up. You don't see any X. This is when you can say, okay, you created a knot. When you see that this little thing right here, whatever we want to call this, X or whatever, the 2 lines, that's when you have created the knot. So let me do that one more time. So this is what I mean when I say I add that hair in immediately. That weave is a part of the knot. I don't want that X or that knot or them lines or whatever we want to call them. I don't want that to just be the client's hair. I need to make sure there's some weave in that knot so when that braid grows out, the hair can like hook onto the weave can hook onto the braid. It's just a lot. Like I'm trying to make sure I say it the right way. I just want the weave to hook onto the braid so when it grows out just like the same width, if that makes sense. So, boom. Hold on. Let me fix that. I'm going to pick up my hair. I'm going to wrap it around the thumb. If you know, you know. I mean the pinky. I'm going to feed it in. I'm going to flip my hands. Wait, not yet. I'm going to continue braiding. Right here. Now I'm going to flip my hands. Just like that. Now that weave is up here. Do you know what I mean? That weave is now right here. Instead of it being like right here. If I was just to braid her natural hair and it being right there, okay? So I'm going to zoom out a little. I'm going to take another piece of hair. Hold on. I'm going to put it over this piece and that piece. So I'm basically going to put this right in that X. Okay? Using my other fingers on my other hand to help me. Just like that. So I'm able to pull. And you're going to see it's just going to feed itself up in there. See? Just like that. I'm going to add my other piece because I feel one of these strands are thin and I want this braid to be the same size throughout. So I'm going to add just like that. And it feels about good. Y'all get that? Okay. And that is how you achieve the perfect knotless braid. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the chat. I have about 5 more minutes with you guys. So if you need help with anything, let me know now or forever hold your peace, okay? I'm going to add in another piece. Put it in, feed it in. It's just going to feed up right into that X, okay? And you're going to continue to braid down. This is why I don't like when people come with a cut, because this is what happens. Okay, I got it. Period, Shay. Okay, I'm going to add in another piece, of course. Yes, Shay. I'm going to add in another piece, just like that. Braid down. And here we go. Same throughout, okay? And then real quick, I guess I'll do it on this braid because it's already cut. Are you going to do the post for the hit? No, I'll do it right after this. I'm going to get my links, and so it'll be on YouTube. If you know how Facebook is, you can basically make a post and people can react and stuff. And I'm guessing you can do that on YouTube now. I did make a post. I didn't see if it had any reactions. I'm going to go double check when I get off of here. But yes, this is how you achieve the perfect knotless braid. I'm going to take this out really quickly. And real quick, I'm going to show y'all why I do not like doing people's hair when their hair is cut. Everybody cannot tuck. You have some bomb stylists out there that can tuck, and you got some stylists that cannot tuck. I am one that cannot tuck. So this is what blunt hair is, okay? On my site, you'll see, and yes, I'm going to take my scissors and cut this. On my site, you will see if you have a haircut, please wait to book me before you book me. Excuse me. I'm going to show you why. I can't tuck, especially with color. I am black. Here, I'll show you me really quickly. I'm black. My name is Aniya.LaRaye. I'm a content creator. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, before I end this, I do want to show y'all blunts. So, figure out if you're someone that wants to deal with blunt ends or not. I know I am someone who does not, and you'll see why. Hi, is it Prodigy? Prodigy, hey. All right. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you. Yep. The next class is on next Wednesday. I have classes every Wednesday and Thursday. All right, so this is what it's like to braid on somebody's hair who has blunt ends, and this is for me personally. I'm going to actually do color so I can show y'all how to tuck. So again, I'm going to add in the hair automatically. Or not automatically. It's not automatically. I'm going to add that hair in immediately. That's what I meant to say. I'm going to take it. I'm going to flip my hands over. I'm going to get my hair. And this is how you tuck, Marsha, if you're still in here. What timeline are you currently at? ESP, is it? EST, I think. I said ESP. EST, I think. All right. So when you're tucking, the goal is to basically put the hair over the black hair, if that makes sense. So I'm going to try to use this and like put it over, if that makes sense. I'm going to actually get some more. And I do not enjoy tucking at all. Like, again, I said it. I have it on my website. I do not tuck. I do not want to tuck. You can either put it over or you can also fold it like a sandwich. So I'm just going to put that hair over there like that. I'm also going to add a little more. Okay, let's see. Hold on. See, I really do not like tucking, y'all. I'm only showing y'all this braid so y'all can see how blunt ends work for me. All right, so This is me braiding. I'm keeping my stitch as tight as possible. I'm tucking as tight as possible. But when it just comes to blunt ends, for me, them blunt ends are just always going to find a way to creep out of the braid, okay? Marsha, this is much what happens to you when you braid too, huh? Look at this. It just looks like that because the ends are so blunt. You see how these ends are blunt and these ends are just, you know, when it's blunt, I just cannot do it. I have a child and she hates it when I add extensions because I always mess up. Well then, Bianca, you are in the right place if you want to learn how to level up your braid skills. And this is blunt and I do not like blunt. But we are at the 7:35 mark. That was actually perfect because I'm not going to lie. I just ate some tacos. I do got to go to the bathroom. And let me know if you guys have any questions or concerns before I see y'all next Wednesday. Let me tell y'all what we are learning next Wednesday if you want to be a part of the Braid Academy. So again, we already went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was the 6th class. So March 25 is parting. If you need help with parting, that is what's going to be next. Parting 101. I'm tired of seeing crooked braids, slanted braids, zigzag, Kit Kat braids. I'm kind of tired of it. I want to see neat braids, okay? I'm going to work on my tuck with color once I set up my hair room. Yes, because you can charge more. Oh, man. Yep, Bianca. Look, Bianca, it's okay. Let me go over the classes for you really quickly, Bianca. Hold on, because we have a couple new people here. We're almost at 100 likes. All we need is 5 more people to like, and we are at 100 likes. But this is everything we learned already. March 4th, why your braids aren't braiding. March 5th, everything in my braid station, that the tools and products that I personally use. March 11th, how to do a braid / cornrow. March 12th, how to add weave into a cornrow / a regular braid. March 18th, which was yesterday, overhand versus underhand. March 19th, how to achieve the perfect knotless braid. Oh, we got 101 likes. Thanks y'all so much. And then on March 25th, it's parting 101. And then we have a couple more braids. If you want to join, all you have to do is follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you really want me to go over your work, you'll be able to take a picture of your work, record your work, send it to me to my DMs, and I can basically tell you what you need to fix or go over. Thank you so much. I love your teaching. See you next Wednesday. I hope to see you too, God's Key. That's really nice. I'm a multiracial person and I have thick coarse hair that also have curls, etc. Is it easier or harder? Coarse hair is always, for me, probably going to be harder to do. It's not impossible and it's not really harder. But if I personally had to pick if I wanted to do thin people's hair my whole life or thick people's hair my whole life, I would definitely do thin. It's easier. It's faster. You're not working with a lot of density, you know? What state do you live in? I am in Pittsburgh, PA. You're close to 40K. Yeah, almost on Instagram. Yep. Yes, I am. I sent you a lot on Instagram. You have to check it out because I really have been practicing. Yes, Shay, I'm going to check as soon as I'm done. Like I said, if you guys are looking for mannequins, I have a mannequin. Hold on. Let me show y'all all 3 really quickly. I forgot their names, so I think I'm going to have to rename them right now. And we're looking for Jacob. So if you want to really practice braiding on different hair types, we got a straight hair mannequin right here. We have a texture mannequin head texture right here. And I guess you can say this one is like mixed, I guess, in the middle of both because her hair is not super straight, but not super nappy. Okay, can you do retwist? I did do retwist, but I kind of hate doing retwist because it takes me like 2 hours, and I know retwist should not take about 2 hours. I know people that could bust a retwist out in 45 minutes. So I just stopped doing it and stick to what I know, which is braids. It was Keisha. One was Keisha, one was Jacob, and then what was the light-skinned one's name? No, I forgot. I'm going to have to rename them. You guys have any questions, comments, or concerns? Let me know. Please, 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 please. And if not, I will see y'all parting 101. I actually should get a real client for parting 101. Will we be learning twists? We are not learning twists. Are you talking about island twist or singly twist? If so, I can teach you how to do an island twist or singly twist. Destiny? Any questions, comments, or concerns? Let me know. I have to go to the bathroom. Like my legs is locked jaw right now. So let me know if you guys have any questions. If not, I will see y'all so I can run to the bathroom. I do not have any kids. I just got 2 little kittens, 2 boy kittens. That's the only kids that I'm currently claiming. Questions, comments, concerns. Thank you guys so much for the subs. If you are subbed to me, I think that's everything. If you are subbed to me, you are able to take pictures and videos of your work, send it to me, and I will let you know what you need to fix or what you need to do. All cute. My daughter loves hairless cats for some reason. Oh, I can't do it. They look scary to me. Yes, please. It would be great if you could do an example of twists. I sure will. We can do that parting 101. I'll do that at the beginning of parting 101. So if you want to see how to do a twist, just be there on time, be there early. Y'all know I start at 6:30. I go live at 6:30. We don't really start until about 6:40, 6:45. I have to go to the bathroom. Thank y'all so much. Subscribe. Like this video. Give me a follow on Instagram if you want help. So peace out. And I seen cats. I knew Bianca. Peace out, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Parting 101. Bye.